What's good? It's your boy Shay coming back at you with another Big Brother 27 hashtag BB27 update. As always, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, select all, so that way you won't miss out on anything regarding Rigged Brother. But first, your boy is safe for yet another week. So we have our first eviction episode last night, and there was Zae, Kelly, and Amy on the block. And I must say that the episode, it started off entertaining until I was able to see exactly pretty much how this season's gonna go. There's not one doubt in my mind that this is going to be the season of Rachel. We got our first taste of, if you say anything about Rachel, what's going to happen to you. I saw a couple of head scratching things, and the BB blockbuster, I can't wait till we talk about that. It was several things that definitely need to be gone over in this show. And my initial thoughts, first of all, is why is it so hard just to play regular Big Brother? This Big Brother 27 is nothing like Big Brother at all. This game has evolved into nothing of a competition. The competitions are, if you go to the casino, you're not considering that a competition. That's a game of chance at best. The house will always win, right? This is what Big Brother's become. There's no type of real strategy you can use to win, because production will add a million twists. They will add extra competitions to make sure that people that they want to keep safe stay safe. They will add outside entities like the Zodiac Killer. They will add things like that. And there's no telling what all the BB Zodiac Killer is going to do, just based off the fact of the Zodiac person they have enough power to where they can collude with another house guest to bring in another house guest. So if they got enough power to collude with Amy to bring Rachel in the house, where does their power stop? They have to have a lot of power in that case. Add powers, keep other people safe, all types of things. Especially when it's like, oh, we'll figure out the BB accomplice. Okay, what are our clues? You don't have any. What did you see in the dark? I didn't see anything. It was dark. We'll figure it out. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. So the show starts off post-veto meeting, and the fallout from that because of Jimmy's just his total I'm here moment, if you will, like just being extra for no damn reason. And I'm tired of this trope, bro. The aggressive gay man trope is played. We've been doing it for years. It's like, why do we have to have these certain archetypes? I just don't understand why we can't just cast people. But for whatever reason, we cannot just cast people. It has to be certain types of people and all these things. So, Jimmy did his little speech, and then the meeting ended. And, a lot of people thought that meeting was entertaining, and especially because of Ava's last line. That shit was stupid. I ain't gonna lie to you. There was no entertainment value of that at all to me, because it was beyond performative. Jimmy was performative, and Ava's thing was performative too. Oh, can we all just sit here for a second? Like, man, shut up, bro. So one thing that CBS did make a point with last night in the episode was to show everybody how much of a yellow belly Vince is. That is Vince's official nickname, Yellow Belly Vince, or you can just call him YB for short. I'm sick of this weak dude. And the main reason why is all I can think about is that diary room he did when Jimmy was getting ready to pick him to play in the HOH comp, and how he swore that he was just going to be, he tough with it and all this stuff. And the moment he became HOH, he's acted like he's been on the block the whole time. Just woe is me. He put his closest ally on the block because he didn't want to put nobody else up. He whined about putting up 3 people. He whined about having to put up Kelly, or put up somebody else that didn't put up Kelly to protect himself. He wasn't worried about protecting her at all. Like, he was trying to protect himself. Then he was whining if it's 7-7, who was going to have to break the tie. So I love that they really drove that point home. Now, one question I have is, how did Jimmy go from targeting Rachel to this?
Part of me wants to call him out on the veto ceremony. Like, wait. Is that bad for my game?
Bitch, are you for real?
How did you go from, we got to target Rachel, she's won the game before, we got to get her out, to now you consulting with her whether or not you should blow up on Keanu in front of the house? And then Rachel told you yes, even though Rachel can tell you from experience that's the wrong play. So I ain't even mad at Rachel for that, because I don't understand. It's like Jimmy got talked to by production. And if that ain't the case, get in the comments right now and tell me exactly what happened to where Rachel won over Jimmy. Because I ain't seen Rachel do anything outside of just talk to the girls. It's the way that they are so much blatantly a girls alliance type of thing in the house. I told everybody last night, CBS loves narratives, and one of the narratives that social media has been begging for the last couple of seasons is they want all girls in the jury. And I think we got the recipe this year to get all girls and maybe a Jimmy in the jury. But I think the men are getting ready to get rubbed out really quick, and we'll get to why. And so I really want to know what made him change. So Keanu runs up on YB and asks this fool, hey, Vince, why, or did Jimmy really say that? Oh, well, I don't want you to throw me in. But bro, the only reason I even said anything about Jimmy was because what you told me. And then so Vince, instead of just keeping it a buck and saying that, yeah, Jimmy said that, Vince is so scared that Keanu's going to go back and tell Jimmy, well, Vince said this, that Vince lies for Jimmy. Let that sink in. Vince is such a weak ass bitch that he's going to sit here and lie for Jimmy, not because Jimmy's his homie, not because Jimmy's his ace, but because he don't want Keanu to go talk to Jimmy and be like, well, Vince told me you said this. Don't believe that him being scared of Keanu wasn't the whole point of him doing that? Then why'd he say this?
Any day that I don't get picked up and thrown through a wall by a bodybuilder like Keanu is going to be a win for me.
You disloyal fool-ass bitch-made punk.
Now, after that, we have Jimmy and Keanu have a one-on-one outside. And Jimmy made 0 sense in his one-on-one. Talking about, why would I admit that I was gunning for you? Why would I tell Keanu? That just proves how performative you were being. You just told the whole house you was gunning for him. Why would you not admit it now? So now Keanu knows you're a liar. Without a shadow of a doubt. He knows you're a liar. You just got up in front of the whole house and told everybody that you were gunning for me. Now we sitting out here and now you like, I didn't really say that to Vince. I don't think I said it to him like that. And because I guess you think it's splitting hairs matter, where it's like, yeah, I'm gunning for you, but not because I said I was gunning for you. I'm only gunning for you now because of this. No, okay. If that's how you want to play it, whatever. But and then he got the nerve being in the diary room like, yeah, I am gunning for you. I just want to do it a little bit under the radar. How are you going to gun for Keanu under the radar when you just said it in front of the whole house? So if you win HOH, the whole house is expecting you to go after Keanu, period. Point blank.
That's me and you.
Exactly.
Now, Kelly was crying in the veto meeting, and then, upstairs, she's afraid to tell Vince the truth because her and Vince had a one-on-one. Vince asked her, was that real? First of all, Vince, what do you mean is that real? You don't think she was really crying about being on the block and you put her there? She needs to cry for some insurance in case she got to turn on you. Because you can't be trusted. You don't have a loyal bone in your body. And I know this is Big Brother. You got to play to win and by yourself and da-da-da-da-da. You have to have a level of loyalty in your body to get to the end. You cannot get, there ain't been anybody who's gotten to the end of the game without being loyal to somebody. It's just kind of how the game is set up. Now, in this new modern Big Brother where they will put a million twists and a million powers, which, oh, just wait until I give you an update on that. A million twists and a million powers. Like, there's, again, this goes back to what I was saying at the beginning of this. This is a game of chance. You actually have more control rolling dice playing Monopoly than you do this. Big Brother is no longer a reality competition. It is a reality game of chance to where production calls themselves figuring out a way to entertain us while they decide who the winner is going to be because of whatever narrative they're trying to play out. And I believe it's going to be a heavy feminine narrative played out this year. First of all, they got somebody in the house that's a raging feminist. How are we going to have a raging feminist in the house? When are we going to have a raging masculinist? When are we going to have a man that's going to come in the house talking about, I want to just team up with the men and kick out all the girls? They would never let him, and they would call him sexist if he did. They would call him a misogynist if he did. Meanwhile, the gay dude could come right in the house and go, yeah, man, I want to target all the bros. What does that mean? All the heterosexual men he wants to kick out of the house. So I don't understand. Heterosexual men, I said this last night and I'm going to stand on this. When y'all start going in the house, make sure you go in the diary room and you say, I am targeting all of the gay men in this house. Not because I don't like gay people. It's because every season of Big Brother, I got to hear the gay guy go in the diary room and talk about how he's going to target me over and people like me over our sexuality. So if he can target over sexuality, so can we. And if the women can target over gender, so can we. This game has become so anti-heterosexual, man, it is ridiculous. They don't even want nice heterosexual men for the girls to look at. They're trying to brainwash the girls and the women watching this show now too. If you want a man, you got to have you a man like these weak, soft men, which I'm going to get into the softness of all these men here soon. You know, you got somebody like Keanu who plays Dungeons and Dragons. He's a dungeon master, which, bro, you play Dungeons and Dragons. Calm down. Yellow Belly, Jimmy, Zae is kind of zesty. And we going to get on Adrian, bro. And Will, he can't really count because he's 50, so he ain't even really got no mobility in the game at all. Like, it's... And then you got Riley. He gets his nails painted. He's supposed to be the rugged cowboy. What rugged cowboy do you know to be getting his nails painted by girls and sitting there like this?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
And talking about the men leads me into my next point. What's my next point? The Burger Boys. Now, we were live on stream the other night when we were reviewing the live feeds, which make sure you subscribe to the main channel, The Real Late Night Crew. And while we were watching the live feeds and reviewing them and reacting to them and all that stuff, people were starting to try to tell me about alliances. And I'm a firm believer, I don't want to talk no alliance until they've been together 3 to 4 weeks. Because we see in modern Big Brother, there's 200 alliances every season. CBS decides which one they like the most. And then it's like, they'll even lie. Like, they start these alliances and then people be sitting in the meetings talking about, oh man, I never really even talked to you much. So this is a great opportunity for us to talk. And a great opportunity for us to talk is being in an alliance. No, we should have talked. Well, I would never join an alliance with nobody I don't have a relationship with. And So everybody was gassing up the Burger Boys, Boston, gassing up the Burger Boys. And I try to tell y'all, nope. And I even told everybody as they were showing it on TV last night when we did a live reaction to the show, told everybody, Riley is going to be the one to turn. How you gonna trust a man who gets his fingernail? He's having fingernail painting parties. He got white and pink fingernails that he sat around with the girls doing. All he cares about is hair, and he sits with the girls all day. Why would you trust him for the all-man alliance? You wouldn't trust the girl that hangs out with the guys the whole time and turn around and try to put her in the all-girls alliance. Remember when y'all did that to Taylor? Y'all tried to put Taylor in the all-girls alliance, and she did nothing but hang out in a swimsuit with the guys playing pool. They showed a segment of how terrible Kelly is at Big Brother. Kelly literally just walks around the house blowing up people's games. Just blowing them up. People trying to have one-on-ones. She loud about it. She calling out Zach about, did I say Adrian Softy? No, I want to take that back. When I said that earlier in this review, I think I said Adrian. I meant Zach. We got to talk about Zach and what Zach did. So if you in the comments and you've already like, wait a minute, what Adrian do? I was talking about Zach. Adrian actually, I got to give Adrian credit. He's a man of his word. So we'll get to all of that. So Kelly's blowing up Zach's game, mentioning the $10,000, talking shit about the guys working out together, just running her mouth when she's not even cool with the girls like that. She don't even realize that if it was her versus Amy at the end for eviction, she was probably getting swept.
But the women.
Only people that would have voted for her literally weren't even going to vote for her. They was going to vote for her to get at Rachel. So I did like them showing that because it just shows how clueless this girl is at this game. She has a big ass mouth and she's ruining all her relationships while she's volunteering to go on the block, which is just a crazy dumb strategy. After that, we watched the Zodiac Killer come in the house and mess with the safe and whatnot. And here's the thing, two things. Number one, can we confirm that the Zodiac person is not going to come in the house? They have all these powers and they got the power to just walk in the house. Are they going to insert themselves in the game at any point? And here's the second thing. Whoever was in that costume was a woman.
It will take more than a safe to keep me from what's mine.
That didn't look like a woman's figure to you?
It will take more than a safe to keep me from what's mine.
That looked like a woman's figure. So the Zodiac Killer is probably some sort of woman. And which maybe it matters, maybe it won't. But I don't trust it, and I don't like having this entity just looming, knowing they have this type of power. Back to the game of chance. It's a game of chance. You could be playing the most perfect game and then the mastermind will come in and ruin it all for you. Even though the mastermind seems to do nothing but help Rachel.
Lord Jesus.
Nothing but help Rachel. You don't feel that way? Well, let's talk about the mastermind and let's talk about how rigged some of this looks. Or it's all a coincidence and I'm crazy. You got the mastermind starting off the game already lying for Rachel. Oh, Rachel's not the 17th house guest. This accomplice is. Well, that's a lie because Amy was already in the house and she was one of the first people to go in the house as a matter of fact. So she was already in the house. Rachel comes in as guest number 17. So how did the BB mastermind pick Amy to work with? How? We have no idea. We don't know if it's by random draw, if the mastermind actually knows Amy. We don't know shit. We just have to trust them and with this game of chance. So after selecting Amy, you give Amy all these tools so she can be the BB accomplice. And then they have everybody go, well, who was the accomplice? And everybody's All everybody can say is, oh, well, Zae and Riley were actually close to all of the stuff. So there was no clues. There was no way the majority of the house, remember, the majority of the house had to pick the accomplice. How was the majority of the house gonna pick Amy when some of like when she hit that buzzer, all the people weren't even in the house? So there's no way that the people standing out on the stage could even know that she did it. They turned the lights off. And then as they turned the lights off, she has a little remote that couldn't nobody see, which flipped the thing down to make it seem like somebody took it instead of it just going into the desk. But what was the most important thing she did? They had her go unlock the door for Rachel.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So you randomly pick Amy. You have Amy unlock the door for Rachel because I guess Rachel wasn't coming in the house unless Amy did that. And then just so happens Amy and Rachel are like this. Rachel ain't never been good at having any female relationships in this game at all in the previous 2 seasons. But all of a sudden this season, it starts right off with her and Amy just like this. Rachel sitting here hardcore campaigning for this girl on the block. They hanging out, all of this stuff. And I'm supposed to believe it's a coincidence that the mastermind helped Rachel get in the house through Amy. Amy is a production plant confirmed. That's what the BB accomplice is, a production plant. They planted her in there to do stuff for Rachel. That's all she did. She did all, you can say whatever you want. Amy directly did nothing but help Rachel get into the game. And now her and Rachel are closer than ever.
You can't make this shit up.
So obviously they showed a big chunk of the Rachel and Amy alliance thing last night, and showing them hanging out together. Then it showed them hanging out with the girls, and the girls are so stupid. All of the girls in the house are dumb. Pretty much, they're dumber than Kelly. At least Kelly, for all of the stupid stuff she do and say, she's like, Amy needs to get out because we can't let Rachel have this type of power. It's crazy. I heard Morgan sit here and be like, Rachel's a savage. Rachel's a savage, and we you know, I got to take her to the end, or she gonna help me get to the end, or what did she say?
If you know anything about Rachel Riley, she's a savage. And frankly, I'd rather her on my team, not against me.
Lord Jesus.
And then we see Morgan go tell Will, hey man, we got to vote out Zae because Zae's not going to want to protect the women. Will's a whole married man. What he look like protected any of y'all when his wife of 9 years, happy anniversary, is expecting him to bring back a check for $750,000? You know how mad she gonna be that he missed their 9th anniversary to go play Captain Save-A-Ho for any of y'all?
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
It's the delusion of all these girls who be single and how they just expect married men to come on this show and crash out. Will is the second black man to be married to ever go in the house. And, you know, it's crazy. They do this every time. They did this same shit to Terrence. Oh, yeah, you got a wife at home, but you need to sacrifice your game for Taylor. And since you didn't sacrifice your game for Taylor, your wife should divorce you. That's literally what social media said. And social media was begging Terrence's wife to divorce him because he didn't want to sacrifice his game for Taylor. Can somebody just make this make sense, bro?
So now you see exactly what I was talking about.
The Women's Alliance is formed, and they all are just doing it to protect Rachel, which we'll prove later on. And so Mickey turns around. She's like, yeah, I want Zae gone because he's strong and he's smart and all these different things. Bruh, They haven't had a single competition that showed that being strong is going to help you at all. And that's been something of the last couple years. They have tried to eliminate as many comps where you can be strong as an advantage as possible. As possible. They only pull it out for certain dudes they want to win certain things. Like, you know, the Tucker fiasco last year, where they tried their hardest to make Tucker that figure that was in the end going to just, remember, Tucker went home on the dumbest shit ever last season after being this great player that everybody liked and all. Bro, I'm so sick of the fakeness of rigged, brother. It's hard for, bro, I watch it for the sport of it now and for the hang with y'all and everything, but bro, like, it's so fake at this point. And it's so convoluted. It's just weird for me to watch at this juncture. So, they finally get to the Rachel versus Zae portion, and it was so heavily edited. It was so heavily edited. Oh my goodness. And the best part about the edit was it still made Rachel look bad. Because all y'all was like, oh, slay queen. When you come for the queen, you're going to get beheaded.
Man, you corny.
And all of y'all like, yeah, because that's the thing. So all you girls, it's pro-woman as long as you don't ever come after Rachel. You try to come after Rachel, social media will hate you, call you a pick-me, and all this other shit. It's very sad that CBS has decided that everybody else is slowly learning that this DEI shit and all this fake feminism you pushing on people and stuff is turning people off. There's lots of women that like seeing manly men.
But the women!
We finally get to the BB blockbuster. Okay. Another dud comp. KS was right to point out this is yet another competition where they're just standing around. That's it. Another standing around comp, making it seem like it's so intricate and everything. And some people claim they knew the answer or whatever, but they didn't even confirm the answer. Even if y'all right about what the answer is, that's irrelevant. The answer should be on the screen for everybody so we could just know. Same thing when Jimmy won. And then now this situation where Kelly ends up winning the BB blockbuster. And the way she just walked up to the podium and hit the button, that was just, mwah. It was very indicative of how whack the comp was.
Congratulations.
So now we get to, it's time to vote. Well, not quite time to vote. They find out who the winner is. And then so they have this scramble mode of let's try to campaign within this 60 seconds. If that's going to be the whack ass competition for the blockbuster, why won't we just have it on Tuesday or Wednesday night so they can actually campaign for real? So Rachel tried to bully Adrian into voting for Amy. Adrian said, no, I gave my word. I'm not doing it. I'm voting out Amy. So I got to salute Adrian for that. Stand on your square. It's so hilarious that Rachel was trying to get some votes for some men at the end when she ain't talked to none of them at all and disrespect Zae and disrespect Keanu. So that's clearly the plan, is to move all these men off the board. Move all these men off the board. The only girl that they're probably going to try to move off is Kelly because she hangs with some of the boys or whatever. Other than that, it is what it is. So now we get to the actual vote. How did the vote go down?
I vote to evict Amy.
I heavily vote to evict Zae.
I vote to evict Amy.
Julie, I sadly vote to evict Zae.
I sadly vote to evict Zae.
I vote to evict Zae.
This may be against the majority, but I'm not afraid. I vote to evict Amy.
I sadly vote to evict Amy.
I sadly vote to evict Zae.
I sadly vote to evict Zae.
I gotta roll with my boy. I vote to evict Amy.
I vote to evict Zae.
So for the first time in history, you are now talking to Editing Shay. Hashtag Editing Shay in the chat. While I was editing, is it just me or does it seem like Ava was reading her eviction? Look, check it out again.
I vote to evict Zae. I vote to evict Zae.
That don't seem like she was reading it to you. Maybe it's just me. All right, don't worry about it. Let's get back to the video.
I vote to evict Zae.
I unfortunately vote to evict Zae.
Zae, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Let's rock.
All right.
By a vote of 9-5, Zae was evicted from the Big Brother household. So for the first time this season, Isaiah, aka Zae, aka the founding member of the Burger Boys, aka the Buns, aka Pause, aka Pause on calling you Zae, aka they're now the low carb Burger Boys without the bun.
Pause.
He go. Unbelievable. Except it wasn't. Shout out to What About Sai. It was easy to point this out. We know what the drill is now. You should be very keen of what the drill is now. It's very simple. If you say anything about Rachel, you are going home. Just that simple. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. You say anything about Rachel, you going home. And it's upsetting because I just wanted to play Big Brother. And I do like this cast, and I do personally feel that if we just get Rachel out of the house, we can actually probably see a decent game of Big Brother. I think if they just took a lot of this shit out, the BB blockbuster, all of these powers, and Rachel, and the Mastermind. Listen to all of that. BB Mastermind, extra powers already. BB blockbuster. Just all of these things, like, just let them play. But CBS is not interested in just letting them play. It's no longer a competition. And CBS can't prove as such. And CBS, I'm going to look into how you're advertising this game, because it might be lawsuit worthy against y'all if y'all advertising this as a competition when we know this shit is no longer a competition at all. It's a game of chance. So they interview Zae. So Julie interviewed Zae after this, and it was a pretty weak ass interview, asking him about, you know, they told him that Riley flipped on him, so that guarantees there ain't gonna be no battle back or nothing like that. Then they asked him about the accomplice. It was like, oh, did you know that Amy was the accomplice? Like, how would he know? That's what makes me so mad. They want you to believe that there was really a way the house guests could figure this out. There was no way. There was no way that the majority of the house was going to pick Amy and put her out. The majority of the house picked men, and then Zae just got totally fucked with that. They picked Zae and they picked Riley. And they get to tell the house that Riley wasn't the one, but then they don't tell you if that Zae wasn't the one. So they let you still think that it's possibly Zae, which put a target on his back from day one. Zae didn't have a fair shake. And this is after y'all tried to cancel him for saying retard.
I mean, this is some shameful shit.
So I'm very disgusted at just the way that Zae didn't have a chance. Are we really going to say that Zae had a fair shake at playing Big Brother? No, he didn't. And then when Zae gets evicted, we got to see Zach fucking boo-hoo crying over this nigga.
Nigga, you gay.
Bro, what the fuck are you crying for? What did I tell y'all about the type of men they cast? These weak, zesty beta male types. Like, these niggas is so mentally weak, legs furled. Unfurl your legs. You crying over another grown man that you only known like a week, bro? Really? Vince, he weak as shit, still live with his mama. Zach sitting here crying over Zae. Zae was zesty, but he was the most straightforward tough out of all of them. You got Jimmy. Then you got Will, who's the 50-year-old married man. You got Riley, who paint his nails.
Lord Jesus.
And then Keanu is the dungeon master, which he's probably not long for this world either. And I'm just like, why cast these weak-ass men? Why? We had Cam last season. He was running around, I pray with crystals. Man, give me a damn break.
I'm losing my motherfucking mind, man.
So the show ends, and obviously there was no HOH comp. I don't think they're going to show a single HOH comp from start to finish all season long on the show. It will always be edited, and it's going to, I think it's going to mostly be comps that you can't tell who the winner truly is. Like, it's easy to say that we believe Ashley won that veto, but how do we truly know? How do we truly know? We don't. We don't know if it was really potato, what she was smelling in there. We just have to believe them.
But the women.
Before we get out of here, who's HOH?
Who wants to see my head of household room?
No, God, please, no, 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 no!
What kind of shit is that?
That's right. Jimmy, the guy who said he was going after Rachel and then magically all of a sudden said he wasn't going after Rachel anymore and said he was going after Keanu. You know, the other strong man.
How, Sway? Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
And this will all just seem like a coincidence. That's cool. If he stayed a target on Rachel, I don't feel he'd be HOH. But there's no way I could prove that. I got to admit that much. But also on top of that, there were several powers distributed.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Mickey, I believe, has the power to overturn an HOH for the rest of the season.
You can't make this shit up.
Then Kelly won a power to where I believe she could play an extra competition to try to get another veto. And then Keanu has a power where he can, quote unquote, double his chances to win the veto, which that doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean shit. We'll have more on all the powers and everything. Get in the comments right now. What did you give last night's episode? 1 through 5. 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. You can't go over 5. You can't go over 1, or I'm going to remove that shit from the motherfucking comments. What do you give episode 4 of Big Brother 27? I gave it, like a 2 point. What did I give it last night? A 2.7 or a 2.5? I'm lower than that. I'm giving it like a 1.98 now after sitting on it for a night because it's just too rigged. It was entertaining to start, and then it was rigged, and yeah, I was rooting for Zae to stay just to get Rachel out, but like my personal feelings are put to the side on this. This shit rigged. It's rigged. And I've been straightforward with that from episode 1 before Rachel even came down the stairs. So I know that all the mainstream people are going to tell you that Rachel's playing the greatest game ever. She's done nothing. She's done nothing. Everybody's just riding with Rachel, and that's just what it is. So get in the comments. Let me know what you think of the show. It was fun to be back last night, first eviction. It was everything fun. Shout out to everybody. We had over 200 in the chat last night, so that was fun. Make sure y'all subscribe to the main channel, The Real Late Night Crew. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the PayPal, Cash App, Venmo link in the description so we can hit our daily $20 goal. That's all we do is a daily $20 goal. So hit that, hit the links in the description. But then again, I'm probably lying. God is great. I'll see y'all on the flip side because we got a lot to talk about going into week 2. Peace. I'm supposed to be surprised that the BB accomplice teamed up with the BB mastermind to help Rachel.
Oh, is he crying? Drag this bitch off to the side with the rest of the bitches. He's crying.